This is a new Callaway Apex Ai200 and then Ai300 irons. And with these clubs, Callaway is not only trying to make it easier for people to understand what the Apex family is all about, but also deliver all new levels of performance and feel. Now, for people who may be relatively new to the golf equipment world, the name Apex is sort of a holy thing. Apex was originally one of the irons that was sold by the Ben Hogan Golf Equipment Company. And anytime you're talking about Ben Hogan and you're talking about irons, you're talking about some stuff that was some of those beloved golf equipment out there by one of the most revered and respected golfers that ever lived. Now, Callaway purchased the Ben Hogan Golf Equipment Company, but eventually sold the company around 2013. However, it retained the rights to the name Apex. Now, Apex irons have run the gamut over the years from better player irons that are in tour players' bags, like you'll find Apex TCBs in Jon Rahm and Xander Schauffele's bag, to other Apex irons that are game improvement clubs and even max game improvement clubs. But now with the new Apex Ai200 and Ai300, Callaway is trying to make the Apex brand a little bit easier for everybody out there to understand and to know. Now, from a technology standpoint and from a construction standpoint, the Ai300 and the Ai200 are pretty much the same club, except the Ai300 is going to be a little bit larger. Its top line is a touch thicker, it has a little bit more offset, the sole width is a little bit wider. But in terms of the construction and the way these clubs are built, what's inside of them, they are pretty much identical. The Ai300, because of its size and a little bit of additional offset, is probably going to be handicapped, I'd say roughly, between say 10 and 20, whereas the Ai200 is probably going to be a little bit better suited for a slightly more advanced player. I'm going to say somewhere between say a 6 or a 7 if somebody's looking for a better player's distance iron, probably up to about a 12 or a 13. So from a construction standpoint, very, very similar. You just have one that's slightly bigger and one that's slightly smaller. And when it really comes down to it, the Ai200 is taking the place of the standard Apex iron within the Callaway family. Now, anytime that Callaway has a golf club that has an AI on it, we can pretty much assume that that means it's going to mean artificial intelligence. And Callaway has really, more than just about any other brand out there, invested and really entrusted a lot of its engineering into the power of supercomputing and artificial intelligence. Now, when it comes to the Ai200 as well as the Ai300 irons, Callaway specifically instructed its supercomputers and directed it to come up with face cups that essentially are going to provide the most distance and the most forgiveness possible across the widest portion of the hitting area. And they did it specifically for the types of players that are going to likely be using these game improvement clubs. These are not built for tour players. You're not going to see, again, Jon Rahm or Rose Zhang or Xander Schauffele using the Apex Ai200 or 300 irons. It's going to be recreational golfers like us. And we have certain types of hitting patterns and certain ways that we present the golf club to the ball that are going to be different from the way that tour pros hit the ball. And so the faces of these irons are constructed differently than the faces of the irons that are going to be put into tour player bags. So while the bodies of these golf clubs are going to be forged from 1020 carbon steel, which is a very, very soft material, the faces of these clubs, the cup face designs, are actually going to be forged out of 450 Carpenter steel. So these irons, being hollow, are going to allow the face to deflect a lot more effectively, to bend more effectively and more efficiently at the moment of impact to get greater distance. But because of the artificial intelligence on the inside of these faces, the inside facing portion of it, it's going to have a series of bumps and ridges and thicker and thinner areas, so you're going to get better performance across a wider portion of the hitting area than you otherwise would. Now, to further enhance feel, Callaway has injected inside each one of these hollow body heads urethane microspheres. Now, urethane microspheres are essentially going to be a urethane, it's sort of a soft foam-like material, a polymer type material that has in it millions and millions of microscopically small little glass bubbles. And essentially what this does is that at the moment of impact, that material is going to compress and support the face without inhibiting it from flexing, but it is going to soak up a lot of the vibrations and a lot of the different sort of harsh feels that are going to be created with your shot. So it's going to enhance feel, it's going to enhance the sound, improve all those things, but it's not going to slow down the face, or you're not going to lose distance because of it. So it's that combination of the urethane microspheres along with the 1020 carbon steel, again, that really soft material, that according to Callaway is going to amplify the feel and give you better feel on the Apex Ai200s as well as the 300s, while that 450 Carpenter steel face is going to give you the distance. Now, on the back of these irons, you're going to notice that there is a faceplate that has a couple of screws in it. That faceplate is adjustable for custom fitters, and it allows them to basically change and alter the swing weight on these irons. It also cosmetically is going to make the new Ai200 and Ai300 irons match up very, very well with the currently running Apex Pro irons as well as the Apex TCB. So there's going to be this cohesive look throughout the Callaway Apex iron family. They're all going to look and blend together much more easily, which should be a really good thing for recreational players who work with a custom fitter, because you should be able to mix and match these clubs very, very easily to create your own blended set. The lofts on the Ai200 and the Ai300 are within 1 degree of each other, with the Ai200 being 1 degree weaker through the set than the Ai300. So if you work with a good custom fitter, you could go with the Ai300s in your long and mid irons, and then with your scoring clubs, switch over to Ai200s if that's something you prefer. So if you're a golfer who's in the market for a new set of irons and you're looking for more distance as well as enhanced feel, you might want to talk to a good custom fitter about the Callaway Apex Ai200 as well as the Ai300 irons.